It's a pleasure to have him on this morning, man. First of all, we thank God for letting us see another day. We got the one and only Bishop Joseph Walker, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee. Bishop Walker, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky, and good morning to everybody. After you've done all, stand. You know, the Bible says, listen, after you've done everything you know how to do. In Ephesians, the Bible says, after having done all, stand. And after all you've gone through, after all the attacks you've taken, you've got to realize something. There ain't nothing but a spiritual attack attempting to come at you, try to knock you off your game. But after all you've been through, you've got to declare, I'm going to continue to stand. And you know what? Even if I fall, I'm going to fall on my back. Because if I fall on my back, I can sit up. And if I sit up, I can get up. I'm talking to somebody right now who needs to understand. You got the power to stand through every single event and thing that's happening in your life. This ain't the time for you to fall, but it's time for you to stand strong in the things that God has called you to do. You know, one day in the 1920s, there was a blackout in New York City, and all the power was out. But somebody noticed that the Statue of Liberty was over there still shining. They were so curious as to how could this be? The entire city was in a blackout, but the Statue of Liberty was still standing, illuminated. And someone asked one of the engineers of the city who said these words, the reason why the Statue of Liberty is still illuminated and still standing is because the power source is in New Jersey. And Phil says the reason why you still standing when everybody thinks you ought to be broken and tore down, because your power is in another place. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So I just want you to pull yourself together, hold your head up, and even with tears in your eyes, declare, after I've done everything I know how to do, I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to stand. Stand this week, trusting God, and watch how God will bring you through.
I know that's right, Bishop Walker. That's a good word, Bishop. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, I want you to reach me on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker, the number 3. And let me know you were listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
There it is. All right, man. Love you, man.
Love you too, Ricky.
Yes, sir. Let's get a little old school in right quick. Love this right here. You know, we're going to play this once a week if we don't play nothing else. Woo! Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. It's being brought to you by Swiffer. The Swiffer Wet Jet Wood is an all-in-one mopping tool that's specifically designed with finished hardwood floors in mind. So stop cleaning and start Swiffering. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's a quick look at your Monday headlines. A deadly tornado outbreak and strong thunderstorms swept across Mississippi and Alabama late Friday, with one twister leaving a trail of destruction for more than 90 miles. At least 25 people have died in Mississippi alone. In other news, the CDC study revealed that Black and Hispanic children are being diagnosed with autism at higher rates than white children. Experts say the changing stats are because of better access to screenings and more awareness about autism. Sadly, a separate study from earlier this year found that Black and Hispanic kids had less access to autism services. Lastly, Utah Governor Spencer Cox signed 2 measures to restrict teen access to social media platforms. Utah is the first state to enact this kind of legislation. Children and teens in Utah would lose access to social media apps such as TikTok if they don't have parental consent. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Let's see performance. It's the biggest win in Hurricane Hoops history. Miami heading to the Final Four for the first time.
Yeah, man. Man's Final Four is set. Madness in March once again. UConn, Miami, as you just heard, beat the number 2 ranked Texas Longhorns, and they advanced to the Final Four. San Diego State and Florida Atlantic University, no number 1 seeded teams are in the Final Four on the men's side. Exciting basketball, man. Number 1 seeds in the men's Final Four are all gone. On the women's side, the Final Four is halfway set. We got Iowa and LSU. They both punched their tickets, man. Shout out to Iowa star Caitlin Clark, had 41-point triple-double. LSU, of course, head coach Kim Mulkey and the crew, man, doing big things. Tonight, South Carolina versus Maryland and Virginia Tech versus Ohio State. The winners of both of those games will punch their ticket to the women's Final Four. Real quick, Dallas Mavericks have lost 4 games in a row. Why am I saying that? Because their superstar, Luka Doncic, expressed that he doesn't feel the same joy on the court. There's a lot going on behind basketball. My question
Man,
is...
no. Now what?
That's what I'm saying, Rick. Is he referring to Kyrie Irving ever since Kyrie got traded to the Mavs and everything just ain't the same? I mean, I ain't gonna just put that out there, but that's kind of what social media is saying. Man, they lost 4.
Somebody got to be the common denominator because, damn, everywhere you go is a problem.
Yeah, come on, dog. There's something there. And I was one of the first ones to say, man, this could get them to the finals. But obviously, there's some more stuff going on. So we'll continue to follow the story and we'll see what happens, man. That's my quick sports report right there. Gary, what's the T? What's up there, man?
All right, y'all. Wendy Williams' much anticipated podcast, y'all, is reportedly kaput. Now, according to the Sun, y'all, they're saying that the former shock jockey is said to have updated friends that there is no podcast. Now, announced last summer, y'all, that the podcast pivot was presented as an exciting new chapter for Williams following the end of her long-running daytime talk show. But now they're saying the latter was preceded by a lengthy absence from the series due to a plethora of health issues and eventually led to guest host Sherry Shepherd being given her own talk show. Now, they're saying, per the same report, they're saying, quote, it's strange because she is saying there is no podcast, but is also telling people that she's going to return to TV. Now, they're saying it's hard to figure out what is based in reality. Now, interesting, the Instagram account for the Wendy Williams Experience podcast has been active this month. So we're going to see if Wendy's going to have a podcast or if she isn't. So, but I hope she gets something though, because we're going to miss, at least I miss Wendy on TV, honey, and she's such a great person, and I think she deserves to have her TV show.
Yeah, she had, every day we got off the air, we were watching that damn TV.
Sure damn did. You know we did, honey. I'm like, hey, I got to see Wendy, honey, and now y'all running. Well, so
let me ask y'all. Well, I'll ask y'all off the air because I don't want to make nobody mad.
Look, you see, I just cut out. But anyway, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is mocha mousse. On the high end, you say mocha mousse, and on the low end, you say beautiful brown. That's your color for the day, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, it's the bottom of the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, time for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Rickey? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, y'all, on Saturday, Jonathan Majors was arrested following an alleged domestic dispute involving a woman allegedly reported to be his live-in girlfriend in New York City. Now, the Creed 3 actor was charged with strangulation, assault, and harassment. Oh, that's not good. The NYPD told people in a statement, police responded to a 911 call inside of an apartment located in the vicinity of West 22nd Street and 8th Avenue. The statement continued. The victim informed police she was assaulted. Officers placed a 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. Major's criminal defense lawyer told the outlet on Sunday that they expect all charges to be dropped imminently. Chandri added that they were gathering evidence, which includes video footage from the vehicle where this episode supposedly took place, witness testimony from the driver and others, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. Of course, like, oh my goodness. Following this news, the U.S. Army pulled their Be All You Can Be ad campaign that features the Ant-Man and the Wasp actor, public affairs chief, and the Army Enterprise Marketing Office, Laura Del Francisco said the U.S. Army is aware of the arrest in Jonathan Majors, and we are deeply concerned by the allegations surrounding his arrest. We recently released 2 ads in which Mr. Majors appears. While Mr. Majors is innocent until proven guilty, prudence dictates that we will pull our ads until the investigation into these allegations is complete. What y'all think about that? That's horrible.
Yeah, why she regretting her statement, Gary?
Why, that's what I'm saying.
Rickey, let's be for real, honey. They told her you better do something. I think she's of European descent, first of all, honey. And that's one problem with him. Second, honey, this boy got 4 movies coming out. And they said, you better say something, honey, because that's his career.
Yeah.
His career would be over. He just got it started real good. He's just becoming a big star. And now you didn't allegedly being put out for something like that? Oh, honey.
Well,
they told her she better
like that. Yeah. You can't be with nobody like that gets you going and get you in situations like that. You need somebody that's peaceful.
Yeah.
And non-temperamental, non-moody, non-crazy, none of that.
And from what the story I saw too about her, they said she was going through his phone. And she didn't like what she saw in his phone, honey. So, you know, what a woman could do, when she go through their phone and she don't like it, she could scream. And then a woman of, you know, her caliber and descent. So, and now, We gonna see.
You got his phone back and she screamed, "You hurt my arm."
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hurt my arm. He grabbed her arm, trying to get his phone back. And then there you go. You in trouble.
It could all be over that quick.
That quick.
Yeah.
Cause they'll pull you. They will give you your news quickly, honey. We love you right now, but what? You did that? Now your career
Yeah, you see
over.
they pulled his ads and everything.
Yes, pulled his ads already from the Army.
My goodness. Well, if you're innocent till proven guilty, why are you pulling his ads? Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We're going to keep all those folks lifted in prayer like Gary would say. But coming up next, we got Rock T's. Oh Lord. We got Rock T's joke of the day. What we doing, Rock T? Is it going to be funny?
We're going to put a smile on everybody's face. Of course it will, Rickety Tat.
Oh Lord. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. It is about that time for Rock T's joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. All right, bring a smile to their face. Let's go.
You know, man, I know a bunch of good old jokes about umbrellas, but they usually go over people's heads.
Come on.
Boy, if you don't get off this, that was horrible. That probably was the worst one ever.
Oh, man.
It's definitely in the top 3.
Yeah, you get booed. Yeah, top 3 worst.
Yeah, top 3.
You get booed by some middle school kids.
Oh, no, they all laughed when I told them.
No, they did.
That's what I practice on,
No,
dog.
they did.
Whatever.
As long as you laugh, Rock T.
Oh, you like that, Maria?
Yeah, it makes you happy, so I guess that's all that matters.
Give it up.
Because it doesn't make us happy.
Give it up for God. Yeah, give it up for God.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Make some
Now,
noise
there
for
you go.
yourselves.
Well, I'm a weed smoker. Give it up for the ladies.
Anybody got kids?
More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Time right now is about 14 before the top of the hour. Brad, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. So check this out. The next time y'all stuck to somebody that's sweaty or stanky, please thank them for it. They are doing the world a great service, okay? So a new study found that getting a nice big whiff of somebody else's body odor might help with social anxiety. Now, researchers in Sweden had 48 socially anxious women sniff samples of people's armpit sweat. And for some reason, it helped. They went through therapy as well, which helped a little. That alone cut their anxious feelings by 17%, but when they also smelled the stranger's body odor, their social anxiety dropped by 39%, so more than twice what therapy did alone. Now, they exposed the women to different types of body odor for 2 days, and no matter what kind of sweat it was, they saw the same results. Now, some of the sweat was taken from people while they watched a funny movie, and some samples were taken during scary movies, but the types of body odors seem to have a calming effect. What do y'all think about that? Sniffing somebody's body odor calming you.
Who sat down and came up with the idea to do this study?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's cool if you Lassie from that movie Porky's.
Yeah, as long as you don't stank, you know, like, some people stink so bad they make you want to throw up.
I don't know. I like certain smells. You know,
But if they smell good, cologne, you know.
Well, yeah, but I like smell of skunk.
Skunk?
You know, like when you're traveling and you smell those skunks.
You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you would like some good old trees then.
Yeah, girl, you never smoked nothing.
Oh, they got something to smell like that, Gary.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know they had.
Oh, yeah, they do call it skunk.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I like the skunk from when they died and on the highway. It just,
No,
it
Gary.
makes me feel like I'm in the country. No, it really does. It makes me feel like I'm in the country.
Really?
When's the last time you smelled skunk?
When I went home about a year ago almost.
Oh, and you still remember the smell?
Yeah, 'cause I like that smell.
Oh.
Rick, you ever smell skunk?
Yeah, you know, I'm a road comic. We didn't pass by it all.
Don't you like it?
Have no
What is there to like about that,
It's
though?
horrible because it get in your mouth and then you're sick.
Yeah. It's
For the rest
very
of the day.
strong.
And you never forget that smell.
It's one of the worst smells ever.
Well, y'all weird.
We weird.
Or that one classmate that smelled like pee, and now that y'all grown, you be wondering, like, I wonder if they still smell like pee.
We sure had them too.
Everybody, I think everybody had them.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I ain't calling no names.
All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 6 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, y'all. It's being reported that their beautiful daughter, Miss Malia Obama, y'all, they're saying that she's sporting a new look, and they say she has a brand new name. Now, they're saying that the 23-year-old, honey, is much different than we used to her being. Now, it's reported that Malia now goes by the name, y'all, of Malia Ann. They're saying she's going by that name in Hollywood circles. They say she's no longer using her parents' famous last name. She doesn't like Obama anymore. Now, they're saying this year she got her first major writing job working on Donald Glover's new Netflix show Swarm. And they're saying, and the credits, that shows Malia uses the name Malia Ann, honey, according to MTO, y'all. Now, they're saying her new look is pretty dramatic as well. She's wearing a beautiful, y'all, pantsuit. They're saying that people love her in, and they're saying she's looking amazing in it. But they say it's kind of a little masculine look, but it's not the old Malia that we once come to know. So, people wonder, is she ashamed of her family's last name, or is this the new thing? Because, Rick, now, you know, if my dad had a good, famous last name, I'd be waving it on the flagpole. And your last name Obama, and now she ain't going by that name no more.
She's not using it as like a middle name? It seems like Ann would be like,
Ann would be a middle name, but she dropped Obama, period. They said she don't like that name.
Yeah, because it ain't that she don't like it. It just comes with so much.
Yeah.
It comes with a lot, extra conversation, extra looks, extra stares, extra. Sometimes you just be want to have a regular day, because as soon as they see Obama, you know, it just depends on who the last name is. It's just going to come with something. And sometimes you just don't want to use it all the time. Pull your hat down. You want to have a regular day, cup of coffee, Starbucks, do your work, do what you're doing, and not have to be bothered with what comes with the famous last name.
But
see what I'm
is that,
saying?
Yeah, I hear, but is that mostly with African Americans, honey, how we like to condemn, honey, our European counterparts, Hugh Humphrey and Howard Hughes, they using Hughes, honey, because that's going to get them through the door. The Roosevelts, that's going to get them through the door, but we dropping our name because we shame of it, or we
she
don't want that?
She probably don't want to ride off of her parents' coattails. She wants her own identity. She don't want to be known as the Obama's daughter.
Well,
she wants to be known as a writer for films and TV shows.
Well, my dad named John F. Kennedy. I want to ride off Kennedy then. That's my last name. So, but anyway, congratulations to it. And you don't want Obama? Congratulations. Moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, Ricky, your friend Judge Joe Brown, they say, baby, he is coming out swinging. Now, remember last week we reported y'all that Shirley Lee Ralph said that a popular TV judge allegedly assaulted her. Well, y'all, Judge Brown, honey, Joe Brown is coming out. He said, first of all, when she said it wasn't the other judge, honey, Judge Mathis, people start speculating. They said Black Twitter, honey, went on a frenzy speculating over who was the TV judge. But now social media suggests that Shirley may have been talking about Judge Joe Brown. Well, Judge Joe Brown is fighting back against that accusation. Now, according to him, he said he has never made the acquaintance of Shirley Lee Ralph. Furthermore, he said he learned that he's contemplating, they say he may be filing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against anyone, he said, including Cheryl, who continues, y'all, to float that story around and suggest that it was about him.
You know, it wasn't me. I wasn't sitting there, and I never seen or been around in my life to say that I did. Something stuck my tongue in my mouth. Low down scoundrel.
Yes, Lord. Well, Judge Joe Brown, now, if y'all didn't know he's a former American lawyer, y'all, and a television personality. Now, he was a former Shelby County, Tennessee criminal court judge and a former arbiter of the arbitration-based reality court show Judge Joe Brown. Now, he was raised in Crenshaw, California, Los Angeles, y'all. They said he was a valedictorian. He graduated valedictorian from Dorsey High School. He earned a bachelor's degree in political science. And, y'all, he is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
Oh, I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so there y'all have it. So, bless his spirit, honey, if that's true. I mean, it's, I don't know. Because there's only 2 black judges, right, that we know of. And that's
Judge Mathis, Judge Joe Brown, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
that
it.
are males.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so, but anyway, so people are assuming that it's him, but he said he will file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit if anybody keep floating that story saying and accusing him, saying that he did it. So, and I don't think Judge Brown did it. I don't know who did, but anyway. In my final story, y'all, we talked about Beyonce. You know, she left Adidas the other day, and now it's being reported Miss Beyonce is now partnering with Balmain. They say one day later, honey, Miss Beyonce announced y'all that she's partnering with all of y'all Rotillon, honey, and Balmain, y'all, for a couture collection inspired, honey, by the Renaissance album. Now they're saying it's the first in a series of new partnerships that Beyonce believes will help her become a clothing magnate. Now, Ricky, she was with Adidas. Now, Adidas, you know, that's, you know, most people could afford Adidas. Her core artists can't afford Balmain.
That's true.
I never heard of it. What is Balmain?
Balmain is very expensive. It's very expensive. And
well, maybe she's trying to go for the high-end customers.
Well, yes, she is. Evidently, she's going for the high-end customers because
we down here waiting on the knockoffs to come out.
Right.
Okay. I know that's right, honey. Exactly.
Yeah, the knockoff come out, Gary gonna be there to help us. Gary, you'll be in charge of all the knockoffs.
That's right, honey.
We ain't gonna be able to do it.
Sure, okay, honey. So I'm like, well, congratulations. And you know, sometimes people, you know, I don't know. Bless her spirit. All right, the cologne day.
I never heard of Balmain. Brett, you heard of Balmain?
Hell yeah, Brett heard of Balmain, honey. She heard of Balmain before.
Yes,
yeah, you heard of Balmain.
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah.
What are they? What is it? Clothes?
But it looked like it's Balmain.
Yeah.
It looks like Balmain.
It looks like Balmain. It's Balmain.
But it's Balmain, honey. And
They got it at Lenox Mall?
Yeah.
Is it a store or item?
No,
it's a brand.
It's a brand.
Label. It's like Gucci, Balenciaga.
You know.
And how much does an average like a
like they jeans like $1,600-$1,700 for a pair of jeans?
Well, for a pair of what?
There's
jeans?
a t-shirt at Pure. It's beautiful. It's $650.
Yeah, just a t-shirt.
Oh, you're talking right upstairs next to Neiman.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my store. Yes, they have all that.
I've been in there. I saw your picture on the wall in there. I took a picture too.
Yeah.
Just a picture.
But Ricky, did you hear what she said? A t-shirt.
I saw them damn Pure t-shirts. They real nice. The lady that working there real nice though.
Liz, yes.
Yeah, she's real sweet.
What the t-shirts made out of? What kind of material is that?
It's made out of hand-picked cotton. That's the best kind.
Oh.
Yes. The cologne today is what about the cologne today has mocha mousse. On the hand you say mocha mousse, and on the lunch you say beautiful brown. That's your cologne for today.
It ain't all hand-picked, Gary.
It's hand-picked. That's the best kind, honey.
Why not picking it, Gary?
Baby, honey, Miss Sarah and Mr. Joe, honey, we can pick that cotton.
Boy, that's messed up. Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, y'all, brand new one right here by Usher. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, time for the wake up call. Get at your boy 8669 Rickey. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get together, they woke you up this morning, slid you in your house, you know it would be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell her and just wake up.
Good morning. My name is Teresa Graham, calling from Darlington, South Carolina. I would like to wake up my three beautiful sisters, Dee, Selma, and Janice. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Marcus Stern. I'm calling all the way from Greenwood, South Carolina. I want to wake up my wife. I want to wake up Rickey Smiley, the brat, and I want to tell Black Tony to come to work. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hi, yes, I'm calling from Toledo, Ohio, and I like to wake up my family. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Well, the whole town of Artesia, Mississippi, population 525. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to the Harleys, the Slaughters, and the Jeffersons, and wake up to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey, come on, Huntsville, wake up. Chattanooga, wake up. And Shreveport, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Where you at, Jackson, wake up. Savannah, wake up. And Charleston, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, appreciate it, Brett.
Welcome, Rickey.
All right, the same as being brought about my computer career. Friends, are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. So make sure you go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. All right, y'all, we're going to be checking the phone lines. Coming up next, got to see who on it. So I got somebody on hold. Somebody keep blowing our phone up at this one particular number. We're going to find out who it is up next. Rick's Smiley Morning Show. Rick's Smiley Morning Show, man. Tupac, how you want it? All right, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. Who is this?
Rickey.
Hey, Miss Burt, what up? They wouldn't tell me who was on the line, Miss Burt. I thought that could have been y'all. We were just about to call you to see how you was doing.
I've been calling you all this morning.
What's going on? What's wrong?
I need your help to help me find me a fraternity.
Oh, a fraternity? Oh.
A fraternity attorney.
A lawyer. Okay, yeah, we know it's plenty of good lawyers out there. You got Marika Coleman, you got a whole lot of good lawyers out there, making it happen.
I need to get one of them on the line.
Well, what you need? What happened?
I went down here to the car wash. The girl ain't told me I had to put the thing in no neutral. I done just drove through there and tore all those folks' stuff up.
Yeah, man.
You gonna call out the police out there, them morning, everybody out there, I'm in a mess.
Yeah, they gotta be clear when they tell you to put it in, you know.
He waved the hand and he told me to go, so I just drove through there. And the man done told me I got to pay for all this mess up here.
You should have took Brad. You should have took Brad up there with you. Brad, why you didn't go with her? What?
Man,
Did you call Brad?
I ain't called nobody. I've been on the phone these folks trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this money.
Yeah, they signal for you to look at the sign that says put the car in neutral. So he probably was waving until you look at the sign.
Well, I just drove out through there. They still talking about they're gonna put together me a confinement, but I don't want to be put up in no stove. So I need y'all to help me find me a fraternity.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money did they say you owe them? How much was the damage?
The man told me there's over $100,000 worth of damage. I told him by the time I pay that, I can start my own church.
Okay.
Well, Miss Burke, we're gonna definitely find you an attorney. Now, is the whole car wash tore up or what?
They ain't had it up in about 3 days.
They fixing all the brushes.
Yeah, she done broke all them brushes, Scotty. She done broke all of it. Did the car get stuck on the inside or you made it out?
I ain't even make it to the inside of the thing. I was stuck in it and I had to wait on the sick wagon to come to get me out the middle of it.
What'd she say, Rob? Wait a minute.
Had to wait on the sick. Got stuck in the middle of it.
Had to wait on the sick wagon to come get her.
And I had just got that little 2 back in 64.
I'm sorry. Miss Bird, I ain't mean to laugh, Miss Bird. We're gonna get on the phone and find you an attorney, Miss Bird. We're gonna help you. We're gonna do what we can to help you out, y'all. Miss Bird, let everybody know how you can be reached if they want to help you.
All they gotta do is go on the internet and look up the Will Case Show. When they see I know you right there in the right place.
Yes, man. Y'all give it up for the one and only Miss Bird.
Miss Bird.
More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Yes, sir. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Who is this?
Hey, what's up, Ricky, man? It's Darius. Darius. What's up, Rick?
What's going on with Black Tony?
Yeah, he asked me last night to come in for him this morning, man. But
y'all can't do. Y'all have to put in paperwork for that, man.
I know, but I was just last minute, man.
You just can't.
Right now, I got a lot going on, bro.
You can't sublease a job like that, man. You have to let folks know that you coming in. Like, he can't just call in. He have to call us.
But stuff happened, man. Right now, I know, but just have some empathy, man. Right now, I'm in a very toxic relationship, and this, and it can really affect.
So Black Tony called you to. Black Tony told you to call to work for him, and now you can't come. And what's your problem?
Because because I'm going through this relationship thing, man, and it's just very toxic. And I know I'm supposed to be here during there this week, but man, I just want to tell the listeners, man, if you get a chance to get out these relationships, because it's enabling. Man, this girl doing anything to stop me from advancing.
Oh, no.
Man, let me tell you this, Rick. Do you know people be petty and it can really offset your life? Because I've been praying, and the day I know I got to come in, why she know I ain't eat last night, and I done got up and make me some cornflakes. Bad enough, all she got is cornflakes. That's a hint right there. And then, why this girl done hid the sugar? This girl done hid the sugar.
Yeah.
Man, God will show you signs, and some of these evil people will too, man. This girl, and she know I had to be to work early, and of all days, she done took out the light bulbs. I'm up here trying to find me something to wear in the dark.
Right. They'll do it.
Just really. People really, really toxic, man. And I try to, I'm over here by the station, but we across from the police station. Why she done changed the password to the alarm knowing I got a warrant? So if I leave up out of here, the police gonna be on my ass, bro. I'm like, man, it's just really toxic. And you got to, Rick, man, that's what I'm telling you, after I get out this situation, I am done, bro. I am done. This lady.
Why did you agree to come in for Black Tony, though, if you had got all those problems? That's all I don't understand.
I agreed to this last night. I didn't know I was going to wake up to this mess. I ain't know, bruh. I'm just really understand. This ain't on Tony, cause my cousin, he did the right thing. I'm just saying me in this toxic relationship, and it's ridiculous, man. The lady just left the shower. She don't write me a note talking about I left the shower running for you in the hot water. Well, you know that hot water gonna run out, and I can't get in that cold shower like that. Man, I'm just.
That's how they do it.
I'm telling. Let me tell you this. I'm finna get myself together. Thank you, Rick, because you understand I'm getting myself together, and I will be in there at some point this week. But right now.
Bro. No, Darius. No, Darius. Have a nice day, Darius. Have a nice day, Darius.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What y'all about to get into?
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 6 minutes after the hour, Gary has a tea in the club today. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The reports are reading, police have enough physical evidence, y'all, to charge Jonathan Majors, y'all, despite victim recanting a statement. Now, they're saying that Jonathan Majors, y'all, was released from jail on Saturday, honey, after his arrest on domestic violence charges. Now, Mr. Majors was seen leaving the courthouse, y'all, wearing a face mask and a baseball cap with the words "Freedom, Freedom" on the front. Now, he was charged with two counts of assault in the third degree, aggravated harassment, and attempted assault. Now, the Creed 3-star was accompanied, y'all, by his defense attorney, Priya Chaudhry, who shielded him, y'all, with a large umbrella outside the courthouse. Now, Chaudhry insisted, y'all, that her client is completely innocent victim, and that his accuser, believed to be his beautiful girlfriend, recanted her allegations. Now, according to the statement, NYPD Majors was arrested, y'all, after a woman called 911 from her apartment near the corner of West 22nd Street and 8th Avenue in New York. Now, they're saying she told the arriving officers that the actor strangled and assaulted her during a dispute the night before. Now, according to TMZ, his girlfriend confronted Majors about texting. They say he was texting another woman, after drinking at a bar in Brooklyn Friday night. Now, she claimed that he grabbed her hand, he slapped her face, and he strangled her when she tried, y'all, to look at his cell phone in the taxi cab. Now, other reports is being said that Mr. Majors is completely innocent, and it's probable that the victim of the altercation with a woman he knows. Now they're saying they're quickly gathering and presenting the evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that most importantly, y'all, 2 written statements, y'all, from the woman recanting these allegations. Now they're saying, however, female victims, y'all, listen to this. They're saying female victims of domestic violence are notorious, y'all, for recanting their allegations against their abusers. Therefore, police rely on physical evidence, honey, such as visible injuries, videos, and or witness accounts. So, now if y'all don't notice, the U.S. Army already pulled Mr. Major's Be All You Can Be ad campaign following this domestic arrest. His career, was just starting now. I mean, if he did this allegedly to this woman, he got to suffer the consequences.
Ooh,
what have you.
They ain't playing.
They are not playing. They say, honey, that's what they said about domestic violence people. They always recant, the situation when this happened and stuff. But they're saying that they're going to definitely do this investigation and what have you, because.
Man, if a woman even raised her voice at you, just turn around and start running.
Fast.
Don't even think about it, man. Just run.
And get you one of them little horns thing like, and just mash it with your finger.
And at that point, let her have the phone. Let her have your phone and just go ahead on.
With that career you got, you can get another phone.
Yeah, exactly. So, people are saying, well, because she was of European descent, she said she was going through an emotional breakdown. But, I don't know.
You can't be doing all that fighting and stuff and all. You can't even argue. If you don't argue and run.
Not walk, run.
Yeah, and they said there's physical evidence. And I know, for me, if I bump myself, I will turn black and blue. It's a strength. Sometimes I'll see bruises on my legs. I'm like, how in the world did I get that? So you just gotta, like you said, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, but I don't understand about strangle. When you strangle, I thought when you strangle. I didn't know. There's a difference between strangling and choking.
Chokehold.
Putting your arm.
He might have just put his hand on her neck or something.
And left a mark or something.
And left a mark, because he's kind of a big dude.
But even that's too much. If it gets to that point where you've been thinking about doing that, fellas, listen. If it gets to the point where you're thinking about putting your hands on her, run.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well for you.
Well, I don't even argue via text message number. I don't do none of that.
Really? That's right.
Yeah, you might get charged for that now.
Yeah, you're right. So we're going to follow this story and see how it turned out, because I know he has 4 movies in the making and stuff, and he's becoming real popular. They're saying he's almost as popular as what's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Or what happened?
This is a big come out role for him in his Creed 3.
Yeah,
that'd be the devil right there, boy. The devil be throwing all kind of stuff at you. And sometimes that's why God ain't gonna bless you with no new furniture if your house ain't clean. You got to clean house, because even if God give you everything you want, you're not ready to receive it because you ain't gonna be happy. Let it go.
Come on, Pastor.
There you go, honey, from the pastor.
Clean your house.
Yes, clean your house. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. This is a very sad story. A lot of people saddened by this, y'all. But there was a popular news anchor, y'all. She was fired, honey, for repeating Snoop Dogg lyrics on the air. Now, a popular Mississippi news anchor, honey, was fired for repeating the Snoop Dogg lyric that features a variation of the N-word. Now, her name was Barbie Bassett. Now, she appeared as a morning.
Say the N-word, Gary.
No, she didn't, Ricky. She was on the morning news. Actually, the morning news anchor on NBC News affiliate WBLT, since she unwittingly repeated an offensive lyric by Snoop Dogg on a live broadcast. Now, they're saying Ms. Bassett uttered Snoop Dogg's lyrics while reporting on a segment about Kroger removing Snoop Cali's wine collection from the display after several customers complained, y'all, that, they said the signage was offensive and stereotypical. Now, they're saying before the segment ended, they said Ms. Bassett, honey, who is white, she said, "Oh, shizzle my nizzle."
She probably didn't know what that nizzle part means.
And they fired her.
Oh, Lord.
I thought that was cute, too.
Little mixed feelings. Brett, you got mixed feelings about that one?
Shizzle my nizzle.
I just wonder, how do y'all feel about it? Do you feel like she should have got fired?
I really don't think she really knew what the lingo meant.
I think firing is a lot. They could have wrote her up for that one.
Yeah, well, they say good.
But then I was reading in some of the comments that she had been gotten in trouble for other offensive things as well.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, she should have got fired if this ain't the only thing or the first incident.
Yeah.
Right.
So they let her go, honey. So Miss Barbie is gone. All right, and quick for free story, y'all. They're saying 3 years ago, R. Kelly, y'all, honey, he lost $4 million, honey, a civil lawsuit by a woman claiming, y'all, that he lured her into his Chicago studio, honey. Well, now a court has just given this woman priority to his royalties. How do you get that woman? We gotta go. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is mocha mousse. On the high end, you say mocha mousse, and on the low end, you say brown. That's your color for today.
I have to come back to that one.
Okay. She's gonna tease us like that.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, so the same as being brought to you by.
Brought to you by Gain. If your laundry is longing for a scent that's seriously irresistible, you gotta try Gain Flings detergent.
All right, y'all, listen, most people agree, the kids on social media they are on social media way too much. I had a cousin laugh at me, when I snapped on my grandson, I was getting out of the car to go see family, and he had that damn tablet in his arm, and I almost lost it. You've been on that tablet, like, put it down. You're going in the house to play with your cousins, like a damn pacifier. Bringing it, I don't let them bring it to the kitchen table. You don't have to, like, addicted like a pacifier. Like, it made me, like, I was mad at my grandson for real. So, now we have a good balance. So most people, but he's not on social media. Let me just say that. Mm-hmm. Most people agree that kids are on social media way too much. Now we all have been hearing about the TikTok ban due to how addictive it is to kids. So, is this a good way to solve it, or does it go too far? Now, Utah just became the first state to ban kids from using social media without their parents' approval. So it's set to go in effect March the 1st of next year.
That's right. The governor signed 2 bills on Thursday designed to shield kids from social media and protect their mental health. The second bill basically says companies like TikTok can't intentionally make their apps addictive. If they do, parents and kids can sue them now. Ooh. However, opponents of the laws plan to challenge them in court for violating free speech.
Now, assuming they do go into effect, here's what it will look like. Number one, everyone in Utah will have to verify their age to use social media sites like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Number two, even with a parent's permission, kids won't be able to access social media between 10:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. They should be in bed anyway. So any under 18 accounts will be blocked from scrolling for those 8 hours. And number three, all social media sites will have to give parents a way to access their kids' accounts.
Absolutely, man. And Utah is the first state to pass a law like this, but might not be the last. At least 4 other states are looking at similar laws right now: Ohio, Minnesota, Connecticut, and Arkansas.
So the question is, do you think the state should be allowed to enforce strict bans on kids' social media accounts, or do you agree with those who say that it is a violation of free speech? Maria, you got kids, your thoughts?
I kind of agree with the ban. I just think that it's just too much. I think it's frying our kids' brains, and I think they need to go outside and play, get some fresh air, get some physical activity in. But the tricky thing, Ricky, is that, how can you determine if the kid is lying about their age, when they sign into these apps? I think there's going to be so many ways around it.
Right. Okay.
I think that it's bordering on violation of free speech, to be honest. I think the parents need to play a bigger role,
But the parents aren't. That's the thing.
They aren't. But you can't ban stuff just because the parents are not good parents.
Okay, but then the teachers got to put up with it the next day when they go to school, in the classroom, sleep, because they've been up on playing with their phones and on the computer all night or whatever.
But that's with everything. Teachers got to deal with a lot of stuff that bad parents put in their laps.
But parents need to be held accountable. I think that's what Ricky is saying. They need to be held accountable, and this is how you hold them accountable.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Rock?
Yeah, it's so easy as for a parent, to put a tablet in your kid's hand, because now that helps you not be a parent, because the tablet is parenting your kid. And it's kind of a lazy way to parent. I agree, man. Like, listen, we can't control everything, but we can control most of the stuff, man. I make my kids, especially my son, he's 13 now. You can have your little social media time, but I take it. I literally take it from him. So you got to turn in by a certain time, go outside, let's get some work done, let's whatever. And the more that he has, that he's away from his social media, he realized that, you know what? It's not the end of the day. I actually like just being an old school type kid.
Brett.
I feel the same way. I feel like the kids should get out more. I think it should be just a limited time that they can be on the iPad, and you should kind of like monitor what they're watching, because some of them will slide off and type in something else. They so smart. You have to really pay attention to what they're doing. So I think a little bit of time on it doesn't hurt, as long as it's a educational something or something that helps them learn.
What you think, Gary?
Yeah, I think the kids should just go ahead and do social media, because look, if back in the day we were outside playing, that's what we had at the time, because we didn't have social media. Now that they have social media, let the kids do social media and stuff, because that's what they have now.
But Gary, they growing up unhealthy. It's messing with their social,
mental health issues,
social skills, whatever. If you don't let a baby go outside and get bit by a mosquito and get some pollen in his face and his eyes, the body ain't gonna develop to resist stuff. You know what I'm saying? They in the house are protected from everything, and then now any little thing that affects them, they sensitive and about to lose their mind or whatever, because man, he had a whole attitude on the way back from Orlando because they didn't have Wi-Fi, and I'm talking about had a attitude. And boy, yes sir. Oh. And boy, we stopped that plane in the middle of the air. When I got in that face, and I pulled him up to me and was face to face. Sit up straight, get yourself together. You ain't addicted to no damn tablet. Your whole vibe done changed. You done went to Orlando when some kids can't do this and don't have the opportunities that you have, and you get an attitude because you don't get what you want with a damn tablet. And now it's to a point where I can't stand him. And now he know I don't like him with that tablet, so he won't even come around me with that tablet at all. If he do, he's like, oh, Papa, I gotta do my homework. I'm like, okay, you can do your homework. You do his homework, but I make him go outside though. I am a go outside, get your ass outside, on that basketball court, football. I go out there with him and, riding bikes, skateboarding, all that kind of stuff. I got a scratch on his knee and I fell out there. I had to put a Band-Aid on it. I love it. I like when he come in with scratches and a little red spot on his face. Something physical happened because he being tough. He growing up to be a boy and whatever, and then sitting in the house all coddled and warm and comfortable all the time. Raised no boy and, or whatever. Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
They were suggesting 10:30 to 6:30, but why not do it like during school hours? Because, I mean, that's going to put a burden on the education system also, because they're going to be more prone to get on it during school days.
Man, hey, listen, this got crazy. I'm thinking now, if they start paying my child support, then they can start putting all these rules on kids. You know what I mean? I raise my own kids. I don't need the government to raise my kids.
Sir, I'm a retired educator, 30 years. They should restrict it. As a retired teacher, I would like to see that, because then that'll curb them using it during school time.
I think it is a violation of their right of free speech, because they should be left to the parents to monitor their child's social media, because all the children want to do is create adult accounts in order to watch social media.
They need to ban it for kids and their mama and daddy too. So these men be on their social media all dang on day long. Little children running around with a snotty nose, diaper hanging off them. I was at a runner house last week changing out the water tank. Right? So this young girl in there with 4 little babies, I've been in there 5 hours, ain't changed the baby diaper, she's steady on their phone on social media. So they need to ban it for grown folks. Then you ban it for these children.
Them chillin'.
Them chillin' and the mammies. all the mammies. Y'all hit us up on our Rickey Smiley Official. Let us know what you think. Hit us up on the website. But, hey, y'all, that was some good points, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, and the time right now is about 15 before the top of the hour, y'all. So now over the past century, HBCUs have carved out an important place in the United States higher education. Our next guest is here to tell us why he thinks HBCUs are the pipeline to prosperity. Now, Bethune-Cookman University alum and Secretary Treasurer for the American Federation of Teachers. Y'all welcome to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, Frederick Ingram.
Good morning,
Rick.
Hey,
man.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning, man. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, listen, you refer to HBCUs as incubators of black excellence. Tell us why.
Yeah, I do, because, like you all highlight every day, and thank you for the work that you're doing and continue to do for HBCUs and supporting the mission and vision of our HBCUs. But I could start, just by saying that, these are excellent schools that produce excellent people, from Thurgood Marshall to Martin Luther King Jr., Oprah Winfrey, Common, Tony Braxton went to Bowie State, Jesse Jackson, North Carolina A&T, Spike Lee, a Morehouse man, Toni Morrison, Langston Hughes, Yolanda Adams, Will Packer, David Banner went to Southern University. Listen, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
But I'd rather talk about the professors and the instructors and the research projects that are going on in these schools and the academic excellence that we have and continue to produce all around this country. And not only that, there's two distinguished things that we need to talk about. It's the culture. As you know, Rickey, at Alabama State, it's hard to define the culture and the pride that you have in your university. When you're out there and somebody says, hey, I went to an HBCU, or hey, that's my college or university. That's what HBCUs do for our young people. What you see is what you can be.
Yes, absolutely. And as a proud graduate of Florida A&M University, shout out to the Rattlers, I really appreciate this conversation. Now, when it comes to facilitating positive change, can you share what role HBCUs play outside of education, like for improving our communities?
Absolutely. Well, listen, HBCUs have contributed to the middle class. Evidence suggests that our HBCUs are far more effective than highly ranked universities in moving students through the economic ladder. See, so that's a real and tangible impact on wealth, and therefore the health of our well-being of the black community. This is the reason black folks treat high school graduations like parties, because they know that our babies are on the path to do better for themselves and ultimately for the community that they came from. It is the path to prosperity.
Okay, now we're talking to the Secretary-Treasurer for the American Federation of Teachers, Frederick Ingram. Now, how can HBCUs help with the current teacher shortage that's going on?
Well, listen, first of all, we know that HBCUs produce half of the lawyers that are African American in this country, half of the black engineers, and they also produce half of the public school teachers in America. And what we do know is that we need more teachers in our classrooms. And so we know where to find these young people. They're in our HBCUs. And we are, as lawmakers, as people of power, as parents, as community activists, should be pushing more students into our HBCUs, because that is going to continue to cultivate the younger generation. Those teachers like Mary McLeod Bethune, like Frederick Douglass, like Booker T. Washington, they all made an investment in the black community, and we have to continue to do that because we know where these students are, and we have to cultivate this idea that teaching is still the best profession in the world.
Absolutely. And Frederick, you talk about how important teachers are, but teaching, though, has been widely viewed as a caretaking profession with unfair compensation. Specifically, I want to know, how is a teaching shortage and low salaries impacting black teachers?
Yeah, well, it's directly impacting. As we know, when, there's an old saying that says when white America catches a cold, black America gets the flu. It's no different than with black teachers. A study last year came out showing that 55% of teachers were considering leaving the profession. I wasn't surprised that number jumps to 62% of all black teachers in the country are considering leaving the profession. And so we have to do something about compensation. We also know that black teachers, on average, 1 out of every 5 black teachers carries a debt of $100,000 in student loan debt. And so we have to do something about that. And kudos to the Biden administration that are trying to do that and impact that in a broad way around the country.
Oh, man. Now, Frederick, we have something in common. You used to be a band director. Well, first, let me ask you, what instrument did you play?
So I was a tenor saxophone player, and I was drum major for the Marching Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman University. Really proud of that.
All right, then, Woodwind, representing all the Woodwind. This morning, saxophone players had all the ladies. Listen, you also was a drum major in college. How did that enhance your experience at Bethune-Cookman?
Oh, wow. It was probably the most significant thing in my life. As you know, bands, HBCU bands are a culture in itself. what we have done across America to really influence not only the hip-hop culture, but the black experience as a way of really transcending what we brought from Africa with our dance, with our music, with our culture, with our party. That's what we do. And so we have honed this thing into something that you can only experience at these 105 HBCUs. And so kudos to all the marching band folks, including you, Ricky.
Hey, look, man, one of the best classes in the country that people don't know about, and before COVID was, when y'all play FAMU, bro. Yep. I came down a couple of times, out there at the fairground. Was it, it was in Orlando, right? Or Jacksonville?
Uh-huh. No, it's in Orlando.
Orlando, one of the best, classics I have ever experienced, man, with that fairground out there. That was really nice. Let everybody know, how people can find out, more information about your organization.
Right. So we are the American Federation of Teachers. We represent 1.7 million members who give their heart, life, and soul to education and our healthcare folks. You can look at us on our website, aft.org. We are on all social media platforms at AFT. And you can catch us anywhere in the country, including on Saturday. We'll have a big rally for education down in Florida, where we need to speak truth to power in Miami, April 1st, down at the Stephen P. Clark Center.
There it is, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. Secretary Treasurer for the American Federation of Teachers, Frederick Ingram. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Northern Atlanta Morning Show coming up. All man, Rick's on the morning show. Hey, 3 minutes after the hour, y'all. Let's go, Janai.
Finance, wealth, and growth. It's Money Mondays on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, here it is, y'all. We got the one and only Janai Thornton with us this morning. And Janai, so happy to have you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, so excited to have you on. And let's get into it because a lot of stuff going on, and the economy seems to be in a downward spiral. So I'm so excited that you're here to make sure, we keep our money safe. So excited to have you. Now, listen, recent news stories have been about the two banks in financial trouble and collapsing, the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Now, how can you explain what's going on and what all of this means?
Hey, good morning, Ricky, and I'm happy that we're talking about this. So yes, one of the leading news stories over the last couple of weeks is Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank collapsed. And what that means is they had money, they deposited that money, they made investments, they made loans, but they made bad investments. So they actually ran out of money. Those banks actually collapsed. And so we have to remember this, though. Our money isn't just sitting in the bank in our account waiting for us. Our banks actually take our money and make investments. They make loans. And when they do a good job, they make money. And then we earn interest off of our money. When they do a bad job, like Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, that means they can actually run out of money and collapse. So the good news is with these two stories, isn't this crazy? But yes, the good news is the federal government has said that they're going to step in and that they're going to cover all of the deposits for everybody at Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. So there's a little silver lining in here.
Well, that's good. Well, you always hear banks are FDIC insured. But what does FDIC insured mean, and how does that protect us?
Well, Brad, FDIC insured stands for Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Again, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And they're an independent government agency. And they were created by Congress to do a few things. Number one, maintain stability and public confidence in the U.S. financial system. Insure our deposits, which means protect our money, keep our money safe. And their job is also to examine and supervise financial institutions like banks. So we always hear this magic number of $250,000, that the FDIC will insure our deposits up to $250,000. But we have to remember, y'all, this is $250,000 per account owner, not per account. So just per person, that's $250,000, not by account.
So this is a big question that I'm curious about, Janai. Do you suggest that people keep cash at home? And if so, is it half of your cash? Is it 75% of your cash? 10%?
Yeah, like little boost.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well, I do think it's important that we do keep some cash. I think it's important to have some on you, whether you keep some in your wallet, your purse, in your car. But I also think it is important to keep some at home, provided that you have someplace safe to keep it. So I am not suggesting that you keep thousands of dollars at home. I'm not saying that at all. But I do think it's important that we have access to cash in cases of emergency. And I also think it's important that we potentially bank with more than one bank so we can spread our risk around a little bit.
Right. Now, Janai, you know, the interest rates went up. So how high are the interest rates now, and how does it impact all of us?
Ricky, now what's interesting about interest rates, they have gone up 7 times within the last year. And they just went up again 0.25 percentage points last week. And the reason why they keep raising interest rates, they're trying to slow down inflation. And so interest rates right now, like if you were going to get a mortgage, they're about 6%. Now you think about it, just a couple of years ago, mortgage interest rates were like 3%. But we have to remember, some of us may be too young to remember, like back in the 80s, interest rates were like 7 to 9%. So that 3% that we saw during COVID, that's a gift and very, very unusual. So again, we're about in that 6% range for mortgages. But we just have to remember right now, if you're going to buy or finance anything, a house or car, any other major asset, it's just going to cost you more.
Absolutely. Right. Can we stay right there on the interest rate part for a second? We need to know if credit cards have variable or fixed interest rates, and break down the difference and how does it make, how does it impact us on that?
And Roxy, I'm happy that we're going to talk about this because this is the part that people are really overlooking with interest rates going up. Most of our credit cards have variable interest rates, meaning that they go up and down. But as interest rates are going up, guess what that means? Our credit card interest rates are going up. So those of you who have a balance, you are actually paying more on that balance now than you probably ever have before. So about a year ago, the average interest rate on credit cards was about 16%. Now it's over 20%. It's over 20 right now. It's actually over 20. Yes, it's over 20. So for those of you who have credit card balances, it's really important right now to get focused and try to get those paid down as much as you can right now because it's costing you so much more to carry balances now.
All right, Janai, always thank you so much for this helpful information. And if people need advice on interest rates or banking questions or any other financial questions, how can they find you?
Of course. I'm always happy to be here. You can follow me on social media at Janai Thornton. That's JINITHORNTON. And ladies, you can join my free money community at thankmelater.money. Y'all have a great day now.
Hey, Janai, thank you always, y'all. Give it up for Janai Thornton.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, more Rick's on the Morning Show coming up. All right, Rick's on the Morning Show got your front page right here to our one and only, the beautiful, the fabulous, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Maria.
Happy birthday, little girl.
Happy 21. Yes. She's 21 today.
21 times 2 plus a couple extra. Thank you so much.
Whatever.
Thank you, Rickey. It's being brought to you by Metamucil. If you're feeling sluggish and weighed down, go to Metamucil.com to sign up for the Metamucil 2-week challenge. After taking Metamucil psyllium fiber for 2 weeks, you should feel lighter and more energetic by supporting your regularity. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's a quick look at your Monday headlines. A deadly tornado outbreak and strong thunderstorms swept across Mississippi and Alabama late Friday. Severe weather continued in the South on Sunday as well. One twister leaving a trail of destruction for more than 90 miles. At least 25 people have died in Mississippi alone, and as many as 100 homes were damaged, with 30 to 40 completely destroyed in Troup County, Georgia. In other news, a new study found that more than 500,000 urinary tract infections in the U.S. may be linked to bacteria from meat. For years, research has shown a link between E. coli and UTIs. The bacteria causes 6 to 8 million UTIs in the U.S. every year. This new study estimates that E. coli bacteria from meat could be behind as many as 640,000 UTI cases. Lastly, Rickey, a Minnesota man chose an unconventional way to get out of a traffic ticket by presenting a get-out-of-jail-free card from the board game Monopoly. The county sheriff's office posted about the unusual encounter on social media, saying, unfortunately, the state of Minnesota does not recognize this as a valid document. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Dixie performance. It's the biggest win in Hurricane Hoops history. Miami heading to the Final Four for the first time.
Come on, man.
Man, I really enjoyed that game. I was pulling for Miami too, man. I was like, let's go.
Miami
they was down like 12 points, bro.
They came back and won it, knocked off number 2 seed Texas. So they headed to the Final Four. UConn.
That little light-skinned dude that looked like you, man.
He was getting it, dog.
The little guard, man, that little dude can play, man.
Yeah, he was getting buckets, man. It's good, man. I love this Final Four because there's really only one team that you recognize, and that's UConn, even on the men's side. But San Diego State made it to the Final Four, bro. Florida Atlantic University, who's playing Cinderella, this team, made it to the Final Four. Then you got Miami. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be great. It's good to see, to not see the same usual suspects in there. You know what I'm saying? No number 1 seeds have made it to the Final Four this year. Over on the women's side, the Final Four is halfway set. Iowa and LSU, they've already punched their tickets. Tonight we got South Carolina versus Maryland. That's the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. Then you got Virginia Tech versus Ohio State. And the winner.
What you got in the women?
Man, my Final Four in the women's is, let's see, let me pull up my little bracket right here. I got South Carolina State, Indiana, Iowa, and Virginia Tech. Indiana already lost. I got South Carolina to win the whole thing in the women's game. I just think that Dawn Staley got them girls playing at a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah.
But let me shout out to Caitlin Clark. That white girl out there balling. She dropped a 41-point triple-double last night to get her team to the Final Four, man. So it's going to be some good basketball going on. Yes, indeed. Last but not least, man, let's shout out to the HBCU All-Star Weekend. That's going to be happening this weekend, April the 2nd, at the men's Final Four in Houston, Texas. This is a big deal at Texas Southern University, featuring the top 24 HBCU ballers in the country, man. Live on CBS, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central Time. Save the date. Support our HBCU ballers as well, man. It's my quick sports report right there. Brad got the hot spot.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rick's Bottom Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Rickey? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, TMZ has reported that Jhené Aiko's 2020 Range Rover truck was stolen from the valet at LA's Tasty Noodle House. The singer handed the valet her keys and went on to have dinner with her family. However, about 30 minutes later, she saw somebody drive away in her truck. She apparently thought the valet was just moving her car, but the car never returned. Police, who say the extra set of keys were in the SUV, are investigating the incident. So I guess she must have had an extra set of keys in the car besides the keys that she gave them, which is not good. I guess don't leave all your keys in the car.
Yeah. They come with a tracker on them, though.
Well, maybe not hers. It's a 2020.
Oh.
Yeah.
Moving on, Chloe Bailey broke the internet, y'all, with her sex scene.
She said that's the old one. Dang. It's just
no, I just said 2020. What year is this?
23.
I know.
Well, anyway, y'all. I mean, we don't know if it had a tracker on it or not. Apparently it didn't. Maybe she didn't order it with the tracker.
Yeah.
Whatever, y'all get on my nerves. Chloe Bailey, y'all broke the internet with her sex scene with Damson Idris in Donald Glover's Prime Video series Swarm. In a recent interview, Chloe said, "I'm an actress and I feel like it's about art. When I first received the script, I was just like gasp." She said it was insane and gorgeous, and I think people are forgetting the plot of the scene. It's not about seeing me in the mirror of that scene, but I think it's because it's me doing it, and that's what kind of makes it blow out of proportion. But I'm barely seen for 2 seconds in that. She continued, "I'm an actress. I was doing my job, and I think people gotta remember I'm an adult and I'm an artist. Nothing was seen and they haven't seen from me. You didn't see nipple or nothing. I hate the fact that she has to try to defend herself.
Exactly.
She is an actress and the scene wasn't that long. It was a sex scene. So what? People do sex scenes all the time. Like, I guess it's bothering her that people are saying something because, you know, she's kind of new to artistry and stuff, but I just want her to be proud of herself and get more movie roles and keep doing her thing. Like, don't worry about what people say because you'll never be able to please everybody anyway. And last but not least, y'all, Jay-Z has achieved multi-billionaire status with the reported net worth of $2.5 billion. According to Forbes, Jay is now one of the most wealthiest people in the whole wide world. He has also upped his net worth from $1.5 billion this past fall to $2.5 billion in only 5 months. Now, it's unclear how Jay-Z achieved such a noticeable bump in his net worth, but Forbes noted that his music career was not a factor. All right, y'all, we gonna wrap up the hot spot on that good old multi-billionaire note.
Flipped it.
Okay.
125 to a 250.
Okay, coming up next, y'all, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley.